So far as I know, you don't pay someone $130,000 not to have sex with you.
Mitt Romney, the Republican senator, former Republican presidential candidate, former Republican governor of Massachusetts, now Utah senator, he is getting ready to exit politics. And in so doing, he has not been holding back about his disagreements, not just with Donald Trump. It's easy to say I'm not a Trump Republican, but with the entire world of MAGA Trumpism that includes members of Congress like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others. Mitt Romney was interviewed yesterday. Accountable GOP has some of these clips that we're going to take a look at. Mitt Romney was asked about radical and repugnant reactionary Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. And he said that this is a flavor of Republican that he has simply had enough of. Take a listen.
What do you make of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene going after Mike Johnson, trying to push him out for the speakership because of this decision?
You know, there's some folks who try and get themselves as many tweets, as many followers as they can, a lot of sound and fury signifying nothing.
That's exactly right. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't really stand for anything. She will claim to have values and principles for which she stands when it is politically convenient and expedient and there is some immediate benefit to her, which is really the definition of MAGA Trumpism. You know, we could say, well, there was once a form of fiscal conservatism that really was about low regulation and low taxes. They weren't as concerned about social issues. There's a flavor of evangelical conservatism that is less concerned with the fiscal, but more concerned about abortion and what they see as moral and social issues. MAGA Trumpism doesn't have policy. It has egocentrism at its core. And it's what's good for me right now. What can I use as a cudgel against my political opponents to make myself look good and obtain power and goodies for myself and my friends? That's the only real principle underlying Trump's political philosophy, to the extent that it's a philosophy. And it's the only thing underlying folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, I guess I'm against this or against that if it's convenient, if it gives me someone to attack. And Mitt Romney is calling that out. Doesn't mean we agree with Mitt Romney on policy. It just means he's right about this issue. He was also asked about the ongoing trial of Donald Trump. And here's what he had to say about Trump's character.
I think everybody has made their own assessment of President Trump's character. And so far as I know, you don't pay someone $130,000 not to have sex with you.
Wow, that was Republican Senator Mitt Romney. What a soundbite. Reacting there to...
All right. So it's a fair point, by the way. So this is not about saying I want the country run by people like Mitt Romney. It is about saying if the opposition were people like Mitt Romney, we would be far better off. And for people who always get angry and say, David, this is a guy that you voted against in 2012. Right. Yeah. Oh, Barack Obama was better in 2012. There's no doubt about that. But I would rather have my opponents start from, obviously, the candidate that wins the election should be president. And now we can disagree about American foreign policy, taxes, regulation, education policy. That's a much safer and sane starting point than, even though my guy lost, I believe he should be the president. That's where a lot of MAGA Trumpism is starting. So we have to be able to distinguish these things. It doesn't mean we're glamorizing Mitt Romney Republicanism. It's that we are saying that the Overton window comes to the left when the starting point for Republicans is people like Mitt Romney and John McCain, who say we need to be more civil in politics. We need to respect institutions. We need to stand by our international agreements. We need to respect election results and when voters make a decision. And then once we've done that, we can have robust and rigorous political disagreement, including areas in which I think they are sort of nuts. And I can make the case for why I think the policy I stand for is better for the country than what they stand for. But we're starting at, yes, we respect institutions, we stick to our word as a country, and we make the winner of the election the president rather than trying to crowbar in the guy that lost. A much better place to start from when we talk about a shared basis, in fact, for going forward and carrying out political goals and objectives and political debate. And that's where I would rather be starting. It's not where we are starting right now. We've talked on the show about the various problems in the supplement industry, a major one being how the quality and freshness of what you're getting can vary, which is why for years I've turned to AG1. Our sponsor, AG1, conducts relentless testing to set the standard for purity and potency. Just a single daily scoop of AG1 has your daily vitamins, minerals, and probiotics covered, conveniently replacing all your other supplements. And AG1 is constantly searching for how to improve. At 52 iterations of their formula and counting, their team is always trying to find better ways to source and test ingredients. AG1 was researched and developed by an in-house team of scientists, doctors, and nutritionists with decades of experience in their fields. AG1 is NSF certified for sport, one of the most rigorous independent quality and safety certification programs in the supplement industry. They obsess over product quality, the standards of manufacturing partners, and their sustainability practices. You can try AG1 and get a free year supply of vitamin D and K, plus 5 free AG1 travel packs at drinkag1.com/Pacman. The link is down below.